I bow to all the seekers of truth. At the very outset, I have to say that truth is what it is. You cannot change it. You cannot describe it. And you cannot conceptualize it. It is, it has been, and it will be. Now, whatever I'm going to tell you today, you need not accept it blindfolded. We have had enough of trouble with blind faiths. But you must keep your mind open like a scientist, and if it proves to be all right, if it proves what I am saying, as honest people, you must accept it. Because it is for the benevolence of your being, for the benevolence of your city, of your country, of the whole world. Now, I would like to tell you what is the truth. The truth is that you are not this body, this mind, this ego, these conditionings. You are not that. But you are the pure spirit. This is the first truth about you. And the second truth is that there is an all-pervading power of divine love. I hope you are all hearing me all right. Are you all right? There's an all-pervading power of divine love. It's called by various names in the scriptures. For example, in the Bible it's called as the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. Also all-pervading power of divine love. It's called as Ruh in Quran. In Sanskrit it is called as Brahma Chaitanya or Ritambara Pragya by Patanjali Yoga Shastra. Names can be anything. Means the same thing. That there is a subtle power, very dynamic power of divine love which does all living work. For example, see these beautiful flowers here. It's a miracle. These flowers have come out of a small plant, and the plant has come out of a little seed, and every flower is different. Every type of a flower is different. Then who runs our heart? We never ask this question. It's a living process. Who runs our heart? The doctors will say it's an autonomous nervous system. But what is this autonomous nervous system? Who is the auto behind it? Everything that is living, we take it for granted. Even the scientists don't enter that area because they know they can't find anything there. So, how this living process is done is a very miraculous thing which we accept without knowing about it. But is this all-pervading power, which is very subtle and does this in every living action, it is there. Also it acts on the matter in a way, like vibrations, we know isometric, symmetric, all these vibrations are there. Now to say that God doesn't exist is very easy to say that. But it's not proper, it's not scientific. Because you have not found out if there is God or not God. Without seeing that, without finding it, if we just say that there is no God, then I think it's not proper. There is a way to find it out. Very simple way is, as Stephen has already told you, we have this kind of a mechanism within us built in during our evolutionary process. In the evolutionary process, we have become human beings. But we do not know the absolute truth. We don't know. That's why the problem. Some say communism is good, some say capitalism is good, some say Christianity is good, some say Islamic is good. All kinds of things people talk. That means everybody has a yarn in the head, which they start putting before us. It's just a mental projection. It is nothing to do with the absolute. If it was absolute, everybody would have agreed to it or accepted it. Now, I am sitting before you. It's a fact. You know it for truth. So nobody is going to say that I am not sitting here. In the same way, if you know the absolute truth, then there cannot be any quarrel, fights, any arguments, no wars. This is the state we have to reach now, where we all know the absolute truth. And this is the absolute truth which I have told you already, what you are. As a result of this happening, when you get connected through the awakening of this Kundalini, this power is called Kundalini because Kundal means a coil. It's a primordial mother expressing herself as a reflection. We have a concept of a father, all right? We have a concept of a son, all right? But we have no mother. That's the Holy Ghost. Has to be. But in all other religions except for Islam and you can say the Jews, Jews also have the concept of the primordial mother. They have motherhood. But I don't know why, they evaded the problem of talking about the mother, the primordial mother. So this is the reflection of the primordial mother in your triangular bone, which is called as sacrum. That means the Greek knew that it was a sacred bone. Why should they call it sacrum of all the things? And I found out it was so. Now, the whole religion, also the concept of religion becoming mental, it has gone astray. Religion is within. You may be a Christian, Hindu, Muslim, anything. You can commit any sin. If religion had anything in it, everyone who follows a particular religion would have been sinless. But they are not. So that means that religion has to be awakened within us. It has to be an innate religion. Whatever religion it is should be innate, which is not innate. And that's why whatever religion we may follow, we do not fall into line with what is said in the religion. Now, Sahaja Yoga, you must have told you, Sah means with and Ja is born with you. This right to become one with this all-pervading power. We have no idea at all how glorious we are, what properties we have, what powers we have, what is in us. We have no idea at all, I would say, what we are capable of. Because we are still not one with that all-pervading power. Once this is awakened, it passes through all these 6 centers, nourishing them. Now the centers, the energy centers are our fundamentals. The problems of the world, if you see, most of them come from human beings. Those who have no peace within, how can they have peace without? In the same way, there are so many things which are said which are not there. We know about priests in every religion are about immoral, about. Some are less, some are more. How can you be, you are a priest, you are teaching something nice, and inside you are immoral? It is in every religion. It's nothing new. That means they are just preaching, it's just like a radio, something coming out, but nothing inside. And that's why many people feel that Religion is useless, God is useless. That's what they felt in communistic countries. When we don't know ourselves, how can we talk about anything? Like we say, this is my house, this is my car, this is my wife, this is my husband, everything my. But where is this I to which all this belongs? So we have to go within. And how can we go within? Is the point. To go within is impossible. If I say that, please take your attention inside, you cannot take it. So this happening takes place, that this Kundalini rises. By that happening, your attention is pulled inside. And when she rises, she pierces through this fontanelle bone area, and you are in contact with this all-pervading power. First thing happens that you start feeling cool breeze coming on your fingertips. You start feeling cool breeze coming out of your own head. You are amazed at it, but the experience is very peaceful. You feel extremely relaxed, and the eyes start sparkling. As a result of this happening, the first thing happens to you that you become peaceful. Absolutely. How? See, actually we are thinking all the time, our thoughts rise, fall, rise, fall. In between these thoughts there's a little space. When we are thinking about the future or about the past, not about the present. We cannot think. So when this Kundalini rises, then these thoughts get elongated and this space increases. And that's the place where you become thoughtlessly aware. You are aware, but you are thoughtless. That's the place where you are in the present and you are peaceful. And that's the state where you grow spiritually. You cannot do meditation, you have to be in meditation. Of course, you can't pay for all this. It's something, I don't know how many times I've told people, you can't pay for your living process. How much did we pay for our evolution? How much do we pay to Mother Earth for sprouting the seeds? So you can't pay for it. And it has been so, I don't know why people were so enamored by people who were taking money. I went to America, they said, you don't take money, so we don't believe you. I was surprised. What sort of a logic is this? How much should you pay me? I said. The whole concept is that everything is money, God is money, even your ascent is money, everything you must pay. And such funny ideas they had, that we are what? We are giving him metal or something, we are giving him nothing but a Rolls Royce, but he gives us the spirit. What spirit is he giving you? He is mesmerizing you. That's what he's doing. You are not free. You are mesmerized. And under mesmerism, you don't understand what he is doing to you. And now, thank God, 99% of them are getting exposed. But now new are coming up like mushrooms. But still, if you understand that you can't pay for your evolutionary process, you have understood me very well. Now what happens when you get your realization, as I told you, the first thing happens that you become thoughtlessly aware. It's a state. In Sanskrit called as Nirvichar Samadhi. The second state is doubtless awareness. When this connection is in the beginning little loose, so you have to work it out a little bit. Once you have worked it out and the connection becomes really permanent, then what you find is a complete flow of that power within you. A new state, a new dimension in your awareness comes in. That on your fingertips you can feel your centers, means self-knowledge. You know where the problem is. And on the same way, on the same fingers, you can feel the centers of others. So, you are collectively conscious. You know about others. You don't know what sort of dress they are wearing, what sort of complexion they have, what race they come from. But what you know is what's wrong with their center. Which center is in jeopardy? Now, if you know how to correct those centers, your problem is solved. The problem of others also you can solve. In that enlightenment, what do you see? You see yourself away from yourself, in the sense that you start seeing yourself as sometimes as a stupid fellow. Sometimes could be you might think, see that you are doing such wrong things to yourself. You are destroying yourself. In Sahaja Yoga we never say don't do. We never say. Because half of the people will run away. So we say that all right, let's have the awakening. Once you have the awakening, then in that light you see. I'll give an example. Supposing I am very obstinate and think no end of myself and is carrying a snake in my hand. It's darkness. And somebody tells me that this is a snake and it will bite you. I'll say no. What's wrong? Let me have. But it's a rope. They said, no, it's a snake, please throw it away. No, nobody will listen. But the little light comes in that room or in that hall or wherever it is, immediately you throw away that snake. So you become your own guide and you understand yourself and you just give up all these things without doing anything, you just give it up. In England, we had great experiences of very terrible drug addicts. Overnight they gave up, overnight. It's very surprising. All these problems in the world today are because of ignorance. Once you have the light, you just give up all these things without any difficulty because you find they are destructive. One doesn't have to tell you, don't do it, don't do it. It just happens. You are empowered that you can control yourself and you know how to deal with yourself. But in the same way, you can have an effect on others. Supposing two persons are quarreling and a third person who is a realized soul goes there, suddenly the peace descends on them and suddenly they give up fight. So the power that is all pervading, we should understand, is such a dynamic power, is the ocean of compassion, is the ocean of knowledge, but above all it is the ocean of forgiveness. So when we feel very guilty, after realization you get rid of all these troubles. People have all kinds of problems incurred upon themselves. But in this light, you see it so clearly and it vanishes. It just disappears. Now, what is our problem now of this world? A scientist came to argue with me. I said, answer only one question. Why are you on this earth? He didn't know what to say. Madly he is finding out one thing, then another thing, and another thing. But I said, why are you here? Just to find these things, or is there something more? He couldn't understand. I said, if I tell you, you will be happy to know, you have to enter into the kingdom of God, to enjoy His bliss, to enjoy His love, to enjoy His bounties. This is why you are on this earth. This is what it is. It answers this question this way. The second thing that happens to you, that you know absolute truth. Now supposing somebody comes from India, from jail, and wears a cloth of saffron color and starts saying some sort of Sanskrit words, he'll become a big guru anywhere. Because he shows off like that, you see, carries a drum of that kind. He'll become a big guru. How will you know whether he's a thief or not? What you have to do is to just put your hands, if you are realized souls. Immediately you'll feel the burning of this fellow. Immediately you'll know what sort of chakras he is, how cunning he is. Immediately. And after some times you don't even have to put your hands towards him. Immediately you'll know what sort of a person he is, what are his centers in danger, what is happening to him. Thus, you can cure also physical ailments of yourself and of others. You are so relaxed. Now see, I am 71 years of age. I have been coming to Perth, I don't know how many years I have been coming here. And I am traveling like this, I am quite all right. Because you don't worry. You are so relaxed. I mean, people say, Mother, you are traveling so much. I say, I never travel. I'm just sitting in the aeroplane. That's all I know. If I start thinking, I'm traveling, I'm this, I never travel. I'm just sitting nicely. I'm sitting here. It's the same in the drawing room. I'm sitting there. What is there like traveling? What's so special? Like that, you see, you become so relaxed in your peace that you don't feel your age. You become so dynamic and you become so compassionate. Become extremely compassionate. You become a very different person, very beautiful person. I have seen who are married in Sahaja Yoga, people are such good husband and wife, hardly any divorce, 1% maybe, and they have beautiful children who are born realized. In your Perth also you have some of them. You should meet them, you'll be happy to meet them. And so many problems which are so superficial also pass out. Children become so dynamic. I know one of my relations had some problems, so he came to see me and he got cured. When he went back, he told his son that I got cured because of this, so he said, all right, now I'm going to do Sahaja Yoga. That boy, they had complained, is not good for studies. And he stood first in the whole of Uttar Pradesh state, such a huge place, millions and millions appear for that matriculation of theirs. He stood first. In our whole family, nobody has come first. We have first class, first many, but not in the whole of UP is something so remarkable. And the parents are surprised. This boy never used to study much. Now he's taken life so well, he's so matured, he's so sensible. This shows that all your capacities get enlightenment. I have known of very great artists coming out of Sahaja Yoga. In your Sydney also you have one girl who is gained a very big name. Then there are musicians, small children who are becoming great musicians. There are artists, there are musicians, there are poets, orators, authors. Suddenly all their capacities start expressing themselves. There's a fellow who is a chartered accountant. He said, I have never known any language very well. I am a mathematician. He writes such beautiful poems that is surprising. How does he write? Now the last song that they sung was written in the 16th century by a tailor who got his realization. And is the song says, Oh mother, give me my yoga, means this union with the divine. They are singing in the villages everywhere in India, but nobody knows what it means. They don't know what it means. Because of Western education, we have given up all that is our old knowledge, everything. And we never bothered to know what we have in our country. This Western life has increased so much, it has grown so big. Like a tree that becomes very big. But it should seek its own roots. And it must get its nourishment. If this is the knowledge of the roots, why should we deny it? It's very important. As we learn science from the West must learn the knowledge of the roots. And if it can be proved, then why not? Now there are 3 doctors who have got MD doing for Sahaja Yoga. One has done on epilepsy, another has done on physical fitness, third one has done on cancer or something. So now they have got MDs. And there's the 4th one who is doing some other research, asthma. And they are very successful. You don't have to pay anything, no medicine, nothing. Just it works through your own powers, about which you have no knowledge. You don't know what this power is like, what it can give. So your attention itself becomes enlightened. You pay attention to anyone after you have achieved the state of thoughtless awareness, doubtless awareness, then you will know what's wrong with that person. Even of the dead, you will know what's wrong with that person. Physically, you will find out what's wrong. Mentally, you will find out. And spiritually, you can find out. And all these three dimensions in us can be found out by ourselves and can be improved. In the same way, we can improve others through our attention. So dynamic are our powers within ourselves. And that's what I'm saying, we have to know our glory. For example, this instrument, if it is not connected to the means, it has no identity, it has no meaning. In the same way, we are not connected to this all-pervading power. We have no meaning to our life. So people are trying to find identification by coloring their hair, doing all kinds of things they do for identification. Thank God it's over now, all those. Most of the facts are over. Otherwise they used to always say one mantra, what's wrong? What's wrong? When you are wasting your energy, time, what's wrong? Thank God recession has put them down a little bit and they are not doing all these horrible things they used to do. So now the attention is more introspective. I think so. Of the young people especially, I was shocked the way some of the young people in England were doing this, to call that, I've forgotten, with the red hair business. And wasting 50 pounds for that kind of a hairdress, which was quite funny, and they started becoming blind. So I said, why do you want to put this horrible color? You are becoming blind. So they said, what's wrong? Nothing wrong. Even if you say you are going to die, so what's wrong? In any way we have to die. I mean, the whole brain had taken a recession into its head. It would not understand anything sensible. But now, somehow or other, people are maturing and trying to understand that identity is within ourselves. Like, now take, say, a good television set and take it to some remote village in India where they have never seen electricity. And you tell them that from this you can see films and things, they'll say, oh, now you are telling us stories. It's just a box. That's how we think, we are just a box. Unless and until we are connected, we cannot know how great we are. And that's how we start condemning ourselves, suffering from depression, this, that, frustration. These are all artificial things. And they just drop out once you know what you are. What is your capacity? What you can do? What are your powers? So that you get awakened and you can awaken others also. This is another power you get, that you can awaken other people. You don't have to ask me to do that. Anybody who is enlightened can do it. Like one candle which is enlightened can enlighten 100 candles. In the same way you can also do it. And once you start doing it, the joy is tremendous. Here in Perth we have many people who are Sahajogis, and they are doing this work here. When I come only once a year here. But I find that gradually they are maturing very well. And they have all the knowledge about yourself, about your antaratma, is called the inside. You should know everything about yourself and about others. Not the outside, but the inside of it. What is it? Why? Why do I behave like this? Why do I accept this? Why I don't accept like that? You see your ego, you see your conditionings, you see everything clearly. And you understand what is good for you. And you have power to give up what you want to give up. You are not powerless. You are not under any habit. All the habits drop out. The best part of it I would say, that you know absolute truth. Also, you can help others because in collective consciousness you are there, your attention is enlightened. But the best is that you jump into the ocean of joy. Joy is singular. It is not like happiness and unhappiness. Supposing somebody pampers our ego, we are very happy, you see. Somebody punctures it, we are very unhappy. But with joy, you become a witness. You see the whole thing as a witness. And you are in a state where just you enjoy everything. Everything is so enjoyable, only thing, little bit, your vision is marred. Once you get that joy, then nothing can make you miserable. If you see a problem, of course you face it. You face it bravely, and you are not bothered. And you are surprised that how you are helped by so many blessings. If you have to believe in yourself, the blessings come to you. But you have to have faith in yourself. Because also there's a tendency, oh mother, I'm a sinner, I'm this, that. You see, there's nothing like that. It's all nonsense. People talk about sin, 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 sin. After all, you are human beings. You are not gods. If you have done mistakes, so what? What does it matter? After all, this great power is there, which is the ocean of forgiveness. Ocean of forgiveness. You don't have to really torture yourself and go on saying, this is wrong with me, that is wrong with me. Just have faith in yourself, I'm telling you, and I'm sure this will work out tonight. Of course, I must say that I respect your freedom. It cannot be forced on you. It cannot be. I respect your freedom. And as a result, it is you who has to say yes. I cannot force on you. So those who don't want to have the realization have to go away. It helps you physically, mentally, emotionally. I assure you it does. Also spiritually it helps you a lot. It works. It's your own power. No doubt. And there's no complication with it. At all. No complication of any kind. But if you don't want to have it, how can I force it on you? It cannot be forced. It's a living process of your choice, the last breakthrough of your evolution. That's what I request you, that you should just decide on this point yourself. All religions have talked about it. Christ has said, know thyself. In the Bible it is, I'll appear before you like flames, like silent flames. You do see those chakras like that. Buddha has said it. Everyone has said the same thing. Even in the Quran is written that at the time of resurrection, Qiyamah, your hands will speak and they'll give witness against you. I mean, he has said it much more clearly than anybody else. So all the religions have said that you have to know yourself. No doubt about it. But no religion outside religion has tried that. Nobody has tried to tell people you have to know yourself. They all have become either power-oriented or money-oriented, not spirit-oriented. That's the problem is. So, I would request people who don't want to have realization to go away, because it won't work out. If you are not there, it won't. It doesn't work out for people who are adamant, who are arrogant, also for people who are idiots. It doesn't work out. I'm sorry to say. If you have some problem, physical, mental, emotional, even spiritual, then maybe it might be delayed, but everybody gets it. So far I've seen anybody who has come to Sahaja Yoga has got it, and got it very well. So I would request you, I know you all have some questions also to be asked, but I would say that it is better that you write them and send it over to me. Because just now the whole atmosphere is built in, and I think people should get their realization first. Then you will have no questions. Because questions, since now I've been working for about 23 years, I know all these mental acrobats. I know. I can answer every question very well, make you laugh also. But the main thing is realization. And if you have this mental diversion, then perhaps maybe you might miss the point. So the best thing is that you get your realization, which is your right, and then we'll talk about it. Now, what one has to do is to take out the shoes, that's all. It's not too much of a thing doing. Because this Mother Earth takes away our problems. So now we are on our way to know how fantastic we are and to enter into the kingdom of God. So we have to be very kind to ourselves. See, actually, I think we must really have respect for ourselves. Very important. There are 3 conditions. The first one is that you have to forgive yourself. Just forgive yourself. Means you should not feel guilty at all. Perhaps you don't know if you feel guilty. What happens is on the left side, this center catches. And that gives you spondylitis. It might also give you angina. And maybe lethargic organs. It's a terrible thing to have this center cut. So what's the need to feel guilty? I mean, in any way, you are punishing yourself for nothing at all. So please don't feel guilty. I mean, people feel guilty for all kinds of nonsensical things. Like somebody spilled, say, coffee. Finished. All his life he'll remember, oh my God, I spilled the coffee on the carpet. It's nothing important. So please don't feel guilty. That's one point. That's very important. Because if this center is caught up, the Kundalini won't rise. Now the second condition is that you have to forgive everyone. Now some say it's very difficult to forgive anyone. Logically, whether you forgive or don't forgive, you don't do anything, what do? Nothing. But actually you play into wrong hands. The persons who have harmed you or troubled you or made you unhappy are happy, while you are torturing yourself logically. So why torture yourself for nothing at all? Don't even think about them. To just say in general, Mother, I forgive everyone. Just say it and it will be done. You'll feel much lighter, I tell you. Must forgive. There's a way to understand that at this moment you have to be free from all this nonsense. Why? Because this center is like this, Agya. The optic chiasma goes like this, like that it is. If you don't forgive, it won't open. Now, it has to open like this if the Kundalini has to pass through it. Now, if you don't forgive, this will remain like this. All your life you have tortured yourself. And at this moment you will miss the point. So why not forgive? Just forgive. Forgive everyone. And third, the most important, is the condition that you all should have confidence that you all can get your realization. Whether you belong to Australia, India or Timbuktu. You all can get your realization tonight. This is very important. Have confidence in yourself. Moreover, you have to know that this is not an individual happening. It's not that you are getting realization, another is. It's a mass. That's the new thing, is our mass realization. Say in Russia, 16,000 people get realization. How it has worked out, we should say God alone knows, but it has worked out. Now, once it happens to you, you cannot sit at home and say, oh yes, Mother, I am meditating. No. You have to come to the collective. You don't have to pay anything. No. It's not that this is introduction letter and then your purses are polished off. It's not like that. It is just you have to attend. You have to go for meditation with others collectively. It's a collective happening. Supposing a nail is taken out of your finger, it will never grow. In the same way, it's a collective happening. And Sahaja Yoga is working in 60 nations. And there are thousands and thousands of people who are self-realized. They are all your part and parcel. If one person gets into trouble in any place, all of them will jump at it and try to see that that person is saved. So you have so many brothers and sisters, real brothers and sisters, I should say. They are not only blood relations, but they are spirit relations. So I have to request that please don't finish it here. Stephen told me he has a funny experience of the Australians, but it's common with everyone, I must say, that some people get it a very high experience, so they forget it. They just enjoy it for a while, till after 1 year they come down when you are here, and they are not bothered. But those who get little bit, they just come and say, now what's it? I'm getting burning here, I'm doing this. Why? But those who get it in a big way should become easily, doubtlessly aware people, and they have so many powers. And they should do a lot, while they should help others who are feeling a little bit less. So it is something human nature, I think, the way it acts, but it's not divine nature. Divine nature is when you become divine, then you want to give. You have the light, you want to give. Till this candle was not enlightened, it was all right, it was trying to get enlightened. Once it was enlightened, it is giving light. When you have the light, you have to give it to others. And that's what is the most enjoyable thing. For that you don't have to pay again. But you have to give some time to yourself, some respect to yourself, and some meaning to your life. You will be amazed how it will give you such a joy that you can do all these things. May God bless you. Let us now, I've told you again 3 conditions, and I hope you have understood. My 3 conditions are very simple if you look at it, because all these things are there because of a myth. It's a myth. That to feel guilty is a myth, to not to forgive others is a myth, and not to have confidence is another myth. So we should get out of this, and we should have full confidence that we'll get our realization. You all can get it, I promise you, all of you. I hope you have taken out your shoes. I will told them about the 2 powers, or not yet. Left and right. As Stephen has already told you, there are 2 powers, left and right. We have to put both our feet like this on the Mother Earth. Now, please take out your shoes, that's all. Now, you have to put both the hands towards me like that. Keep your eyes open for the time being. You should be comfortable, very comfortable. There should be no discomfort in your body. Now, please put your left hand towards me. On your lap you can put it, or sideways, wherever you feel comfortable. And the right hand on your heart. Keep your eyes open, because just now I'll tell you what is to be done. This we have just to do, that you should know how we are clearing your centers. Now we are working only on the left side with your right hand, and the left hand is towards me, which indicates that you have a desire, because this is the power of desire, that you have a desire to get your realization. So please put your right hand on your heart now. In the heart resides the spirit. Now you take your right hand, the upper portion of your abdomen, on the left hand side and press it. If you are the spirit, you become your own master. And this is the center of your mastery, which is created by great masters. and prophets. Now, please take your right hand in the lower portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. This is the center of pure knowledge, means the knowledge about the laws which are divine. Surprisingly, the center is so low as that. Now raise your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen again, then onto your heart. Now raise your right hand in the corner of your shoulder and your neck and put your head to your right. This is the center, I have told you, when you feel guilty gets into jeopardy. Now please take your right hand on top of your forehead across and put down your head. This is the center where we have to forgive everyone, which we'll do later on. I'm just telling you now. Now please take your right hand on the back side of your head and push back your head. Just for your satisfaction, here you have to ask forgiveness from the divine power. Now the last center is very important. Stretch your hand fully and put the center of your hand on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone on our head. So now put down your head a little bit. As far as possible, if you can put it, would be nice. Now press it hard by pushing back your fingers and move your scalp. Move your scalp more clockwise 7 times. Please move your clockwise hand to move the scalp 7 times. Put down your head, please. That's all you have to do. That's all. More than sufficient. Now, you can call me Shri Mataji or Mother, whatever suits you. Take out your spectacles will be better because it might help your eyesight also. Now close your eyes. Please close your eyes. Put left hand towards me, right hand on the heart, and put both the feet apart from each other. Be comfortable. Now, here you have to ask me a very fundamental question about yourself. Ask a question, Mother, am I the spirit? Ask the question in your heart. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask 3 times. Now, as I told you, if you are the spirit, you become your own master. Now please take your right hand on the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side and press it. And here you ask another question 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? I have told you that I respect your freedom. And you have to ask for pure knowledge. I cannot force it on you. So please take your right hand in the low portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. Here now press it hard and ask another question. Again 6 times, because this center has got 6 petals. Ask 6 times for pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Ask 6 times. As soon as you ask for pure knowledge, the Kundalini starts rising. So, we have to open our upper centers with full confidence. Have full confidence in yourself. Now please raise your right hand, the upper portion of your abdomen, on the left hand side. Here with full confidence you have to say 10 times, Mother, I am my own master. Please say this 10 times. Mother, I am my own master, with full confidence. I have already told you that you are the pure spirit. You are not this body, mind, emotions, egos, conditionings, but you are the pure spirit. So now please put your right hand on your heart and with full confidence you have to say 12 times in your heart, Mother, I am the pure spirit. Please say it with full confidence. I have already told you that this all-pervading power is the ocean of knowledge, ocean of blessings. But above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness. So please forgive yourself and raise your hand in the corner of your neck and your shoulder and on the left hand side and turn your head to your right. Here you have to say with full confidence, Mother, I am not guilty. Mother, I am not guilty. Please say it 16 times. I have already told you, if you forgive or don't forgive, you don't do anything. But if you don't forgive, then you play into wrong hands. And at this moment, it's very important that you forgive, because this center of Agya is very constricted and has to be opened out. So please help yourself. Now, raise your right hand on top of your forehead across and please put down your head as far as possible. Here, it's not how many times, but from your heart you have to say, Mother, I forgive everyone. Not how many times, but from your heart. Mother, I forgive everyone. In general, you don't remember each and every person. You don't have to think about any one of them. Just say in general, from your heart. This is very important. Now, only for your satisfaction, without feeling guilty, without counting your mistakes, please put your right hand on the back side of your head and push back your head. Here, again, you have to say from your heart, not how many times. O divine power, if I have done any mistakes, please forgive me. Just say that for your satisfaction. Don't feel guilty about it. From your heart, please say, O divine power, if I have done any mistake, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Please push back your head. Now, now the last center, please stretch your hand fully, your palm specially, and put the center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your childhood. Now, push back your fingers, very important. That will give a nice pressure. Now, put down your head. Here again, I cannot cross over your freedom. You have to ask for your self-realization. I cannot force it on you. So please try to move your hand clockwise 7 times so that the scalp moves nicely with the pressure. And here you have to say 7 times, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Now please take down your hands. Open your eyes slowly and put both the hands towards me like this. Now, put the right hand towards me and put down your head and see with your left hand if there's a cool or a hot breeze coming out of your fontanelle bone area. Don't put it on top, above it. Some people get it close and some people get it very far. So just try to see if there's a hot or a cold breeze coming out of your head. This is the heat coming out of you. If you have not forgiven, the heat will be there. So please try to forgive now. Now please put left hand towards me. Now bend your head again and see for yourself. You have to see yourself. Nobody is going to certify. Please see if there's a hot or a cool breeze coming out of your head. Again, I would request you to forgive everyone so that heat goes away. Ultimately, it will become cool, very cool. Now lastly, with the right hand. Now raise both the hands towards the sky, push back your head and ask one question, one of these questions 3 times. You can ask, Mother, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Mother, is this the all-pervading power of divine love? Otherwise, Mother, is this the Ruh? Is this the Paramachaitanya? Ask any one of these questions 3 times. Anyone. Now put down your hands, please. Now put your hands like this towards me. You can wear your glasses also. Put your hands like this. And don't think, just don't think. Watch me, don't think. You can do it. All those who have felt the cool breeze in their hands, please raise both your hands. Why? Just raise it like that, otherwise I can't see it. It's very good. Imagine, Perth. I bow to you all, really bow to you. You've received your connection, no doubt. I am getting cool breeze from you. And now only thing is you have to grow. Some people haven't got it, so we'll have to look at them, what the problem is. Maybe some problem there. But most of you have got it. Those who have got it or not got it, please, you must come and attend our follow-up places. They have got some sort of a program after this where they will explain to you everything. And you will achieve your ultimate goal is to know everything about it. Everything. I promise you, you will get it. But give some time to yourself.